When I think about what I was like as a little boy, I have a memory that oftentimes I felt more when I was little, when I was a little kid, than I do right now. Like I felt more alive. I felt more music in my heart. I felt more life. And so I've been looking to the Lord. How can I get back, Daddy, the feelings that I had when I was a little kid? Maybe some of you can identify with this. You know, Jesus said, unless you become as a little child, you can by no means enter the kingdom of God. I think that many of us, if we're honest with ourselves, can say, you know what? The older I got in life, the less I felt. We became more numb, some of us, as we aged. You know, we got jaded by the world. We didn't feel safe anymore when we were little kids. Some of us, you know, we did feel safe in our homes. We did feel loved. And because of that, we were able to open up and feel things. But as we aged and we began to see that there were many dangers in the world and that we needed to protect ourselves, we lost the ability, the openness to feel, some of us, like we used to. At least I did. And so I'm really pressing into the Lord in my prayers and in my consciousness, lifting my heart and soul up to Him, my thoughts up to Him, to re-enter the feelings I had when I was just a little boy. What are the feelings that we want to feel when it gets right down to it? You know, when you watch a movie sometimes, as the drama unfolds, there'll be certain scenes in the movie where they'll mix music in the background with what's going on in the movie. And if you've noticed, when the music started playing, you felt something. This is the same thing that happens right in a worship service. At the end of a message sometime, when we ask people or invite them to come to Jesus at the end of the message, what do? We have the music start to play. Because when the music begins to play, people feel something. The feelings that we're craving for are feelings of life. And music oftentimes is a channel through which life can be ministered to us. But ultimately, it's not the music that's giving the life. The ultimate source of life is Jesus, Yeshua. He said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. So even when you think about life, all the things that one has experienced, it's all part of being created in God's image and experiencing the reality that He's allowed us to experience. But at the end of the day, the source of all this, the genesis of it, they come from God. Jesus said, I am the life. I'm the way, the truth, and the life. And no one comes to the Father, He said, but through me. And so if we're going to return to recapture the feelings that we had when we were young, the joy, the confidence, the safety, the sense of being loved, if we're going to recapture those things, what we have to do is feel safe and feel loved. And this is what we begin to enter into as we press into our relationship with God through Jesus. And notice Jesus said He was the way, the truth, and the life, and no man comes to the Father but through Him. And so the ultimate beginning of the life is the Father. The Father is the one that sent Jesus into the world to give us His life. The Father is the origin of all life, and we receive the Father's life through Jesus. If you want to know what the answer to life is, it's two things. Knowing who God is and knowing Him as your Father, that's the first essence of knowing life. And the second is like unto it, it's knowing, my beloved friend, who you are to the Father. When you know God as Father and know who you are to Him in His love, you're going to feel safe. You're going to know you're protected. You're going to have an incredible identity, because when you know who God the Father is and know that you're His child, His son or His daughter, you know that you're His own offspring, you can't get a better identity than that. There's nothing that this world can give you that's going to be a higher, better, more permanent, I don't even have words to say it, identity than the one you have when you know God is your Father and who you are to Him and how loved you are. So I just want to encourage you today. You can recapture those feelings that you had when you were a child. In fact, you're called to. This is why Jesus said, unless you become as a child. And the way to enter back into these feelings, beloved, is by going deeper in your relationship with God, by talking to Him all the time, continually calling out to him to fill you with the Spirit and seeking to submit yourself to him and obey him. I hope that helps, beloved. This is Rabbi Schneider. I want to ask you, if my ministry is helping you, sincerely, would you present an offering to the Lord, a financial offering to the Lord through my ministry? We can't do what we're doing without you, and people all over the world are being blessed and reached. If you're going to present an offering, I want to thank you in advance for your help. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. And Cynthia and I both say to you, God bless you and shalom.